So, before this video starts, I just want to let everyone know that I am in the best health conditions of my life, and I have zero intent of suicide or any other chances of death. So, a question that you could have already asked yourself, you're only a couple seconds in the video, and you saw the title of the video, and you saw biodiesel, and then you saw the channel name CM Tactical, and you're trying to correlate the two, but you can't really wrap your mind around it. So I just want to start the video by saying the main key in a survival situation is transportation, is moving, is to always be able to have an escape, to be able to move from point A to point B, to be able to move people, supplies, everything. And that's where the biodiesel comes in, because all the gas stations are going to be shut down, all the government organizations are going to be shut down. How do you still move? How do you still make electricity? How do you do all of these things? And that's where the biodiesel comes in. Okay, there are three main components of this design that I decided to use. Um, the first part is the stand, the second part is the barrel, and the third part is the filtration system. So the stand is pretty self-explanatory, it's pretty simple. All it has to do is hold anywhere from 400 to 500 pounds of oil in the 55-gallon drum. I just used some 2x4s as well as some old fence posts that were in the ground for a while. The next part of the build was the barrel, which I found on Facebook Marketplace. These can run you anywhere from $15 to $25, and I decided to go with a metal barrel just for reliability and strength, just to be able to hold up to different things that I throw at it. So the third and final step of this entire system is the filtration system. The first thing I did was laid over this cloth to filter out any big particles that would be in the oil. These are two ball check valves, quarter turn PVC units. They're placed in just the right spot to be able to let all of the bigger particles settle to the bottom and all of the lighter fluids rise to the top. I also have this one mounted to the bottom so that I can eventually empty out all of the waste. So after we get it all assembled with some JB Weld, the build is complete and we can get ready for the first batch. This here will be our first pour. Let's see how it goes. This first pour was very dirty. Look at all of that gross stuff on the bottom. We'll see how the filtration system does. So I've just put in about, I want to say about 12 gallons because some of these weren't entirely full. This is just stuff we had laying around the house. It's draining slowly, but it's probably only going to come up to like about here-ish, so, you know, as far as this batch goes, it's going to be pretty slim. One of, if not the biggest part of this entire project and process of making this biodiesel is settling out all of your oil. The reason for this is to let the denser and heavier sediments settle to the bottom and let the lighter fluids and whatnot settle to the top. So it takes about 1.5, 2 weeks to let it fully settle out, and then we can harvest it. Look at that stuff. Beautiful. So I've poured a little out into this container here to test the flash point of it now. Let's just see. Oh, it burns. Man, it burns kind of like diesel. It's a slow burn. That's very similar to diesel fuel. And now we're going to put the biodiesel in and let her eat. I'm going to put a full gallon in and just see what happens. Put it in the hatch. Let's see if this thing will fire up. As you can see, the diesel heater did start up, and we ran it for about 15 minutes with zero problems, but the shop was actually getting too hot, so we turned it off, and in my opinion, that's a huge success and a huge milestone for, I mean, everything. That's going to change a lot of things, and it's way simpler than what you could ever expect, and yeah. A lot of people told me this wouldn't work, and turns out it was much simpler than what I expected. But if I inspired you to do something, or if I taught you something, please subscribe. Helps the channel out. Thank you for watching. Roll the credits.